it dawned on me why, well, in the workplace, AI sucks. Because AI takes, well, it takes the fun out of everything. AI takes innovation out of everything. AI takes humanity out of everything. AI takes care out of everything. AI makes the workplace miserable because it's no longer the human being creating the environments or coming up with the ideas. They would say it is, but it's not. I've seen how it just gets more controlling. And now that they, part of the problem here is with the discrimination. When you have a company, because let me just tell you a little bit about prior to the Holocaust. IBM had extensive business operations and partnerships with many companies and subsidiaries across Europe prior to the Holocaust. By the early 1930s, IBM managed around 70 foreign branches and subsidiaries worldwide, including significant operations in Germany and other European countries. Its German subsidiary, Die Hamag, was especially prominent and played a central role in supplying punch card technology and services to Nazi regime, which were later used for administrative and discriminatory purposes. That's happening now. That's happening now. For discriminatory, including the identification and persecution of Jews and other targeted groups. IBM's European subsidiaries and networks allowed it to engage directly with various businesses and governments across the continent before and during the early years of World War II. IBM's European operations before the Holocaust evolved from standard business activities to deep integration with Nazi Germany state apparatus. Initially, IBM's German subsidiary mainly handled payroll for industries, but quickly shifted focus after Hitler's rise to power. IBM increased its investment in Germany and built its first German factory, positioning itself for large-scale collaboration with the Nazi regime. By 1933, IBM was actively involved in the German government's national census, providing technology and expertise crucial for identifying Jews and other targeted groups. IBM punch card systems were custom designed for Nazi needs, and the company maintained hands-on control through continuous service, supply of punch cards, and direct management from New York. As Nazi Germany expanded across Europe, IBM subsidiaries in other countries like Poland, the Netherlands, and France were recognized or newly established to support census and administrative tasks in occupied territories. IBM's European operations thus evolved from commercial ventures to an essential infrastructure for the Nazi data collection, population management, and ultimately the machinery of the Holocaust. IBM played a central role in the European census projects before World War II, especially in Germany. Through its German subsidiary, IBM, as I said, provided punch cards and technology. This census enabled IBM's machines and expertise and allowed the Nazis to vastly expand their estimates of the Jewish population and systemically collect data on ancestry and ethnicity. IBM's involvement was not limited to Germany. The company also supplied technology and custom-designed punch cards for census operations in other European countries, such as Austria, Czechoslovakia, Romania, often working directly with local subsidiaries and adapting its systems to the specific needs of each regime. IBM engineers ensured census forms were compatible with their machines, and the company managed the supply and movement of equipment across Europe as required by Nazi allied governments. IBM's European branches, particularly its German, actively supported all the policies of the Holocaust. So what's interesting is that they want, IBM wants government regulation. They're very happy about the EU putting government regulations on, which then you see our government not putting regulation on, and you wonder, okay, so what is this crap about? But you also wonder, why would IBM want? Well, because they're controlling the government. IBM to drive enterprise-ready AI adoption at scale in collaboration with NVIDIA. See, they're in with all of these tech people. So I'm not sure what our government is doing. They seem to want to be doing the opposite of what the EU is doing. Letting all these tech giants have control like they do is hurting us little people. It just is. It literally, AI, I'm not trying to say no technology in healthcare. Letting AI take over HR departments makes it and have so much control over healthcare. It has made it worse. It's made it miserable. As much as I understand people use AI, to maybe confirm things and check sources or ask questions and then have them back it up with sources, because they will give you sources. And again, I don't use ChatGPT, I use Perplexity. But the thing is that to have it so embedded into all these businesses is first of all, it's just miserable. They're looking to make work miserable. My last job, okay, it was the worst it had ever gotten, and it always is getting worse and worse, okay? Because as it gets worse, it gets more monstrous. So it's like everywhere you look, there was a camera on you. Like, I mean, when you're just sitting at the desk, one behind, everywhere, no matter what angle, no matter where you're at, it's like it feels like such an invasion. It's so foreign because it's like, why is this being allowed in America? And what ends up happening is you feel so demoralized by it, which is why they do it. And then you just kind of are like, you know what, why even put in the effort? I'm not saying that you don't put in the effort to help your patients, but, somebody that is a hard worker goes from, I want to be valued to now I'm like some criminal that has to be on camera everywhere. And they bring every bit of it on this idea of safety. But then when there's an incident, their cameras just happen to not pick that up, which was like impossible. And I said how at that job, and this happened at other jobs, you'll have security or chief nursing officers watching, sitting at home in their, on their laptop with their family around, like it seems like a HIPAA violation, but whatever. Watching from home staff, just to watch your every move. It's Nazi police system. IBM, yeah. AI will change the world. The terms are up to us. Well, not if I have anything to say about it. And of course, you control speech, so I won't really have much to say about it at all, but that doesn't mean I won't keep trying. IBM should have never been allowed to continue to operate. I don't care what legalities there is. There should be standards. All of you companies that align with this garbage and make your workplaces worse and make it worse bringing in AI while you convince healthcare executives, which I don't think they much care either. I think they're in the same pool as these kind of characters at IBM. But it just shows that you are all the problem. At IBM, we believe we have a responsibility to ensure innovation solves problems faster than it creates them. Now, it seems that I love how you people that ruin everything love to act like you're the innovators. Don't think so. You just want to suppress and remove people that do have solutions and that are true innovators. Then again, openness, transparency. You won't even be transparent about your archives. And collaboration are principles that will help us fulfill the potential of new technologies to change the world for the better. Nonsense. Changing the world for the worst since the beginning.